Hi, I am PixelPia. Have you ever had the feeling when you open a new software or a new app and you look at it and say to yourself, oh my God, what is this? I will never understand how to use this. That's the reaction I had the very first time I took part in a course in the early 90s in using Microsoft Office and opened Excel, which is a spreadsheet software. I soon learned that it's not as intimidating as it looks when you first open it. And today I will share what I have learned when it comes to Google Sheets, which is Google's comparison to Excel. We will start very basic and do some very simple things in this first tutorial. But I will do this as a mini series where we create different documents that you can use in your everyday life with Google Sheets. So with that said, if you are ready to tackle spreadsheets, let's move over to my computer. So here we are at Google Sheets, and you can reach it by clicking on the little hamburger section up here and choose Sheets, or from your Google Drive account you can start a blank sheet. And as you see here, you have a template gallery, a travel planner, annual budget, to-do list, monthly budget, and Google Finance investment. And if you click on the little template gallery, you see many more. And you can, of course, use a template to start with. But we are going to start with a blank sheet here. And this is where my first reaction was, oh my God, what is this? So let's open a blank sheet. And here you go. It looks a little bit intimidating at first. This on the side here is Google's new AI that can help you create a custom template. We will talk more about that in another tutorial. Today we just gonna go through the basics. What this is, if you have worked in Docs or Word, this is a table. And as any tables, we have columns here, column A, column B, column C, column D, and we have rows, row 1, row 2, and so forth. And each one of these, let me make this a little bit larger so it's easier for you to see. And if I click in one of those, these are called cells. Each cell is named by column and row. So this is cell A1. This is cell C2. This is cell E3. On top here we have, as in most Google apps, file, edit, view, and so forth. And then we have our toolbar. We are not going to talk too much about the toolbar today. We are going to start by doing a very simple first document. And I want to do a document about savings. I want to save up money, so I set my cursor in cell A1 and write savings. Then I go down to row 2 and I put in date. I use the tab on my keyboard to move horizontally, so I move to the right amount and I write a total. Jump over 1 for now and I write my goal, and in the row between here I have left to goal. My goal I can set here in one specific cell. Let's say that I want to save $5,000. So I write 5,000 in there. So now I have my goal. So let's start putting. Today is 9/26, I think, 23. And I put away $100. In the total column, I want to have my sheet automatically update as soon as I put in a new number. So up here under toolbar, we have fx, that's the function. Every function starts with an equal sign. Equal sum. And here you see a little explanation. The sum of a series of numbers and or cells. So I want equals sum, and then I want to define what cells I want it to be the sum of. Set parentheses. The first cell I want it to be is this one, B3 to, let's say, B50. I don't think I need that many dates to add up. And you see automatically here it added $100. Let's say that I forgot to put in here 950. I actually saved $50. And you see automatically it is 150 there. Let's do 920 here. I saved $75. Immediately it comes up to 225. Left to go. I can do a formula there too. The equal sign, sum, and in this case I want it to be parentheses E3 minus E3. And now it shows me how much I have left to go. Rather easy. The formula is equal sign, sum, and the different cells I want to use. Now I'm going to the future here, tab, and I save another $100. Right away it changed the total to 325 and left to go to 4,675. I want the savings to be one cell that stretch over all these cells. So I mark cell A1 to E1 and I go up to format, merge cells, and I can say merge all in this case because it knows which cells I want to work with. So now I have one column that stretches over all of these. I can also go up and change orientation of my text. I can make it bigger, and I can set a background color, a fill color here up on the little paint bucket. Let's make that green. And now the text is harder to read, so let's go up and change the text color here. This is familiar things for setting up from docs. And I can choose a different font if I want to. With that done, I now mark all the cells I have by clicking in this one and just dragging up to the top. And now I want to make this to have lines between the cells. I can choose interior, I can choose just horizontal, just vertical, I can choose to just have a frame around it, or I can choose to have borders around every cell. Let's change these to be centered as well and maybe a little bit bigger, and set a background color for all of those. Like all documents in the Google Workspace platform, we have to go up and name them savings. They are saved in my drive, so I know I have a folder that is personal, and that's where I'm gonna move this to. So now it can be found in my folder on my drive under personal. So that was a very first look at what you can do using Google Sheets. I hope that wasn't too scary and that you want to come back next week when we are gonna add different formulas and see what we can do with Google Sheets. Until next time, never stop learning. Bye.